Here's a Penncrest 100 box fan from, I don't really know. I guess it would probably be the early 70s, but I'm not sure. It's in really nice shape. It's, I'm not sure if I would call it, it's not avocado green, I don't think. It's more like an exorcist vomit green color, like a pea soup kind of thing. I don't know. I picked this up while I was on vacation. We spent a few days in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, and this story is going to take me a few minutes to get through, so if you don't want to hear it, then just skip over it. But we spent a few days up in Sheboygan, which I didn't realize is the freshwater surf capital of the world and also the bratwurst capital of the world. But really nice town, very quirky town. It's a lot like every other Midwestern town in a lot of ways, except that it's right there on Lake Michigan and it has sandy beaches, which were really nice. I was really surprised how sandy the beaches were. I'd never been on the beaches of Lake Michigan before. I guess I was expecting a lot of rocks and algae and stuff like that, but no, it was really sandy, really nice beaches and very clear water. Um, Pleasant surprise. So they have that kind of beach town thing going on there that kind of throws it off from the typical Wisconsin town experience or Midwestern town experience. So it's kind of a touristy place when you get, to the waterfront, and but there's a lot of really nice parks there, and it's got a lot of history to it. Really nice town. But one thing I've noticed over the years when I look for fans on Marketplace, it seems like whenever I see listings for older box fans like this one that are in really nice shape, ones like this that are pretty hard to find in my area anyway, they always seem to be up in that Wisconsin area, like north of Milwaukee, which I think Sheboygan is in between Milwaukee and Green Bay. But yeah, up in that area, it seems like that's where all the good box fans are popping up on Marketplace. And so, keeping that in mind, I decided to check the local Marketplace listings while we were up there. And the first listing that I saw was for a fan identical to this one, but it wasn't a Penncrest. It had the JCPenney badge on it, and they only wanted $5 for it. So I sent a message about that fan and got no reply. And then the next day I sent another message, again, no reply. So I just left it alone at that point. And then I saw another listing where somebody had, there's a whole bunch of stuff that the guy had for sale. It was like a lot of pictures with a lot of stuff in every picture. And I noticed that in one of the photos there was a smaller Galaxy box fan, like a 12-inch square body box fan with, I think it was like a 7-wing blade on it, and it looked like it was in really nice shape. So I inquired, and the guy said that he didn't have that one anymore, but he had one that was similar to it that had a 3-wing blade on it, and which I ended up buying that fan too, and we're going to look at that fan in the next video. But I got the feeling like there was other fans there that I wasn't seeing in the pictures, which turned out to be the case. And so I just asked if I could come and look and see what he's got. So we set up a time, which ended up being the morning that we left. Actually, it was yesterday morning we checked out, and then headed over to this guy's house, which was a really nice house, really nice neighborhood, a lot nicer than my house or my neighborhood anyway. And the guy opens up the garage doors, and he's just got like wall to wall stuff piled up in the garage, and some of it's on shelves, and a lot of it's stacked on the floor. But it wasn't like a hoarding situation. There was a method to it. It was organized, and everything was priced, and it was clean. It was respectable, but it was just kind of an odd situation. I wasn't really sure why the guy had all this inventory of stuff he wanted to sell in his garage. I think maybe it was just like a supplement to retirement or something like that. But I didn't ask. I just said, "Show me the fans." So he starts showing me the fans that he's got. He showed me about a dozen fans, and I mean, some of them were decent, like ones that I would pick up if I saw at Goodwill or whatever. There was like a late 90s Lasco 16-inch table fan. There was a later model cool operator fan, um, some newer fans. And he's trying to show me all the smaller fans that he's got because he thinks I'm looking for like like a 12-inch fan. So he starts showing me all the smaller fans, and I said, "Don't you have any like larger full size box fans? I thought I saw some larger box fans in the pictures. I know I saw an even flow box fan on one of the photos, which he said he didn't have that one anymore. But he took me over to another part of the garage where he had 7 or 8 Lasco, like newer within the last 10 years, Lasco box fans on a shelf, all next to each other. And they were all like the various cool colors, fans, and whatnot. Nothing interesting. Um, and he said, "Well, I thought you were just interested in the smaller fans." I said, "No, I just show me show me everything you've got. I'm interested in all the fans." And he says, "Well, now that you mention it, I have some larger fans up towards the front of the garage, but they're larger fans, and they're all metal, so they're going to be a little more expensive, and then we're going to have to dig them out because they're kind of buried up there." And I said, "Well, let's go see what you've got anyway." So we make our way to the front part of the garage and start peeling layers off of this one stack of stuff that he's got. And the first fan that I noticed was not this one. It was a square body Lakewood, which had to be a real early model. It had a 3-wing aluminum blade on it. It was like a dark brown color, I think, and it had one of the older labels. It was actually, it predates this one, predates that label. It was like the label that they put on the Windsor fans, if you know what I'm talking about. But it was a square body Lakewood with that old label on it, metal blade, and a dark brown color. I'd never really seen one quite like that. I was really interested in that one, and then I saw this one was right behind it, and I couldn't figure out what this fan was at first. I just saw the tops of the fans and the stickers by the speed selectors. I didn't know what this fan was, and I didn't know there was a third fan. The Lakewood was kind of sandwiched in between this fan and another one, which turned out to be an AMC branded Hunter box fan, which had a plastic 7-wing blade, and it had metal guards on it. So I think that might have been kind of a transitionary model, and that one was in really nice shape too. And if I had brought more cash with me, I probably would have bought all 3 of the fans, but we were in kind of a rush situation, and I only brought 30 bucks with me, which I regret. And I did not have time to go find an ATM and pull out more money or try to figure it out. And there was not a PayPal situation happening there, so I got what I could for 30 bucks. And I think if the Lakewood fan, which was in really nice shape, the cabinet was in really nice shape, the paint was really nice, the guards were white like this one, no yellowing on the guards. It looked a lot like what you see here. It was in really nice shape. If it had the Westinghouse motor, I think I probably would have bought that one instead. But I ended up coming away with this one and the other smaller box fan that we'll look at in the next video. And yeah, for 30 bucks, I think I did pretty good. This fan's in really nice shape. All the paint looks really nice. There's no rust on the fan that I see anyway. Maybe on the underside, I think I did see a little bit of rust on the underside when I looked at it. But I don't know if this would have originally come with the stand or not, being that they have these, it has these buttons in the side of it. I don't think that this one would have come on the stand. It's got the cord coming out the side here. Cord's in pretty decent shape. Here's the plug. This does have the Macmillan motor on it. I think it's a Macmillan anyway. Pretty sure that's the Macmillan motor. And I'm not sure about hopefully we can see the sticker. Let's see. So it's model 9711A, and the draw is 2.8 amps, I think. Manufactured by J.C. Penney Company. That's all I can see on it from here. I wasn't able to find, I haven't pulled the guards off or anything yet, but I wasn't able to see a sticker at all on the motor. But I'm pretty sure it's a Macmillan motor. I think it's, yeah, it's gotta be. I think that they put GE motors in some of the earlier models of this. But that's pretty sure that's Macmillan. So here's the bottom side of the fan, which it does have a little bit of rust, but I think that a lot of that it was going to clean up. Actually, it's missing one of the feet on the bottom, but if there's any damage on the fan, this is the entirety of it, I would say. It looks like all of the grill slats are in place. Man, this sucker's heavy. This is heavier than the second gen fans, I can tell you that. That's one thing I noticed. This fan was a real fat boy sitting next to that square body Lakewood and the AMC fan. This was clearly a beefier cabinet than either of those two fans. I don't think I have anything right here to measure it. Let's see. Well, I've got a 6-inch scale here, and I know that the second gen Lakewoods are a 6-inch cabinet, but this looks like a 7. Probably a 7, or maybe a little more. So this has got at least a full inch on the standard Lakewood box fans. So that's interesting. We'll get this thing plugged in. It is 3 speeds. 3-speed rotary. Which the sticker and everything is in really nice shape. I did run the fan. I test ran it already, and it runs really well. It does rattle a little bit on the medium speed, but as far as I know, that's all I heard as far as rattles go. So we'll start it on low. Very nice low speed, very quiet. This is like the perfect low speed for a fan like this. I think the Windsor that I have, which is a 2-speed fan, I think the low speed on that is a little too fast. Much better at 3 speeds with the slower low speed. We'll go to medium. A little bit louder, but still relatively quiet. And it moves a ton of air. It's louder, but it still moves a ton of air. I think it's quieter than a Lasco box fan, a newer Lasco anyway. So that's pretty strong. I don't think it's too far off. If it's ahead of the second generation Lakewood box fans as far as velocity goes, I don't think it's off by much. I think it's pretty close, but yeah, definitely moves a lot of air. Great low speed. Really good speed variation on this one. Really liking this fan already. I haven't done anything to it. I haven't cleaned it up at all. Nothing. But man, I really wish that I could have brought that other Lakewood home at least. The AMC fan was really nice too. I messaged the guy back and I asked him to send me pictures. I realized that I didn't take any video or pictures of the fans that he had. I asked him to send me a couple of pictures, but he said he already packed them away and buried them back again where we found them, and he wasn't willing to go dig them out again for me. So, but yeah, that other Lakewood was different. It was like a dark brown, and I think the sticker label was like a dark blue color, and it had that old format like on the Windsor fans, aluminum blade. Never seen one like it before. Not sure what the model number would have been on that one, but I was only able to pick one of the full-size box fans. He wasn't willing to come down in price far enough for me to take 2 of those home, but he was willing to come down far enough to take the other fan home that I got. We're going to look at in the next video, but there will definitely be an after cleaning video on this fan. Get the hell out of here. Got flies bombarding me all of a sudden. We're going to have to take care of that immediately. But anyway, thank you for watching.